Get sales lessons from experts and entrepreneurs
Go out there and be the spokesperson and the representative for the brand.
on how you can bring your A game in selling.
Making sales requires putting yourself out there and being vulnerable.
To start and scale your business.
We need to negotiate for what we deserve.
This is Ace the Sales Podcast, and here's your host, Roshni Barronia.
Hey there, a very warm welcome to your knowledge hub for everything sales and business growth, Ace the Sales Podcast. Today's episode is full of energy because we have a very young entrepreneur who helps her clients get more sales through outreach strategies. Now, that is something that many business owners shy away from. So let's learn from Hiteshi Upadhyay how she does outbound sales. But before I bring her to the mic, a quick reminder to follow Ace the Sales on your podcast listening app. Because when you do that, it helps us take this podcast and these valuable conversations to many more entrepreneurs just like yourself. So do that right away. And now let's bring our guest to the mic. Hey Hiteshi, welcome to Ace the Sales Podcast. Happy to have you here.
Thank you, Roshni. Thank you so much. And even I'm glad to, discuss more. I'm really glad to get this conversation forward.
Yes, happy to have you. And it's really exciting to have such a young entrepreneur on this show. So I'm excited about our conversation as well. So please tell us a little bit about what you do to our listeners, and then we'll get started.
For sure. I would love to tell them, I would love to introduce myself. So basically, I am women entrepreneur. So proudly, I can say that I'm into this field, I'm into the IT field, working since 6+ years. So initially, I was into full-time 9 to 5 job for 3 years, and then I thought to go into freelancing single-handedly. I went to freelancing, and gradually this led me to open up my own website and get my own customers and have my own company named Salesburg.
Awesome, Salesburg, and that's why we are here to discuss sales. So before we get into that, let's do a little bit fun exercise of getting to know the other side of you, where we do BTS on ATS, which is behind the scenes on Ace the Sales, to know the little quirky side of you. So a few rapid fire questions. Okay?
Sure.
Let's go. Tell us one thing that we won't find or know from your profile on social media or website.
Okay, basically I am an emotional person, right? So when it comes to maybe slow down in the business or slow down in the life, I get a lot emotional and sensitive. So this is one thing you can take it as an answer.
Yeah, actually, it's a very real thing for all of us. I mean, we cannot compartmentalize business and personal space. So if anything goes awry or wrong in either of the spaces, it does affect the other. So yeah, that's true for, I guess, everyone. Tell us one silly habit that you have which drives people around crazy.
Okay, losing temper, I guess. This drives everyone around me crazy, really, because losing temper is something I'm trying to get control over, but I'm still working on it. So gradually, I hope.
Okay, no worries. That is something which everyone is trying to take control of. When I say successful women business owner, who comes to your mind?
Okay, honestly, see, there are a lot of women entrepreneurs out there who I admire a lot. But I would really say it's myself, because although I have a lot of responsibilities over my head and everything, I'm glad I'm able to reach here. I'm able to help a lot of people. I'm into this field. I got myself up to this level. So I guess all women entrepreneurs out there, for me, they are successful ladies. Yeah.
Awesome. I like that answer. In fact, I love it because many a times we don't acknowledge our own worth and our own efforts. And if you are able to do that, that's a success in itself. So great. Kudos to you. And the last question of our rapid fire, describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay. So one is I'm a seeker. I want something. I'm not at all satisfied with whatever I get. I always want more and more. Right. So I'm a seeker. You can tell me I'm a quite talkative person. I like to share everything with the people. I like to meet people. See, that's why I'm into sales, right? So I love to talk to people located in any region, no matter what. But I love to talk to them. So I'm a seeker. I'm a talker, right? And I'm a giver because I'm a sales coach. So I love to give. I love to give my knowledge. I love to transfer my knowledge to everyone who needs.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Love to know that. And okay, now let's get into some insights from you and learn some sales lessons from you as well, because you are into sales domain. Starting off with, you are specializing in outbound sales. You say that you work with tech companies, SaaS companies globally, and help them right from lead generation to closing the deal as well. But before we get into that entire process, help us understand as a layperson, what is outbound sales?
So see, outbound sales, basically people also don't believe into outbound sales. Sometimes they hate much, right? Because you have to go to someone and sell your services to them. Sometimes people get really irritated and they don't even, they just ignore, right? Like outbound sales is just to reach people, right? But there are few ways, there are few tricks and tips via which you can reach out the people without, keeping patience and without getting annoyed at all. So this is outbound sales is a kind of really, you can say, a art of reaching out people to sell your services or product. So this is how outbound sales is.
So, outbound sale is reaching out to people and telling them about your product, programs, or service. Instead of they coming to you, you are going to them and pitching whatever business solution you have.
It's just you should know that, okay, this is my right prospect. Then outbound goes really, really well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So, before understanding how to do this outreach, if you can share 3 to 4 challenges which you see people face in doing this outreach, because I'm sure you yourself have got into a process of developing your skills into outbound and outreaching of sales, but there are specific challenges which people face, if you can highlight on those.
Sure, I would love to. So there are few challenges definitely. Even I was facing initially when I started with outbound. It's not that I've always been successful. Initially, I faced a lot of challenges. One thing is to, first of all, you have to you should know who are your prospect, who are your right prospect. Sometimes people make mistake here, and from initial stage itself they go wrong. So this is the one thing you should know who are your prospects, right? What are the region of your prospects, time zone of your prospects, time to reach out to them, everything, nature of your prospects, business of your prospect, business model of your prospect. You should be knowing everything regarding your prospect before reaching out to them, because you are going to talk to them regarding their businesses, regarding how to grow their businesses, right? So you are offering your services to them to grow their own businesses. So definitely you should know everything about your prospect. Here is this is the first step. Normally people make mistakes, right? So these are the challenges even I was facing, because while you go for identifying the buyer persona, right, this is something that you should work on first, and then you can go to your prospect and go for the outbound sales, and I can challenge that it will go really pretty well.
Right, right. So, of course, first step is, or the first challenge is that people don't get their buyer persona right and who they are actually selling to. That is something that they should get crystal clear on. What is the second challenge, if you can highlight?
The thing is, what are you talking about? How are you selling your services? Like, these are the art that you have to develop into yourself. Like, don't talk about yourself, talk about perspective. Like, talk about them, talk about their businesses. They'll get more interest to talk to you. So this is how you get into the successful outbound selling. So this is the one thing. Another thing is, people are not patient when they are selling something. They get very impatient, they get very pushy while selling something, and this is something that we should stop doing. Have patience, have faith, give them transparently all the information, and they will get back to you. Definitely there are, difference in turnaround time while they return to you, or while you convert your client. but you have to be really patient. So this is one of the challenge that people face. They are not patient at all and they want everything quickly. So that's not possible, right? So this is the one thing.
Hey there, hope you've been loving the episode so far. Just wanted to take a moment to invite you to Ace the Sales Club, which is a tribe of women small business owners who dream, dare, and do amazing stuff. If that's you, which I'm sure you are, just sign up for it from the link given in show notes, as every month we share with you tools and resources that can save you time, save you money, or help you make more money as a solopreneur. So sign up for the club from the link given in show notes. And now back to the episode. So getting the prospect persona right and developing the art of selling and having the patience and not showing the desperation of closing the sales. Great points highlighted. So tell me, how do you personally navigated through these challenges when you started out, or how do you help people whom you work with navigate through these challenges?
So initially, even I was facing the same problems, right? I was really facing a difficulty while identifying the prospects, talking to them. I get fumble or I get annoyed or I get impatient, right? So gradually with experience, I have learned that if you are going in front of any customer, any clientele while selling your services, be patient and by time they'll get faith on you and they'll take your service for sure. But you have to be very honest with all the information that you're providing to your client. Don't give them misleading informations. Talk about the businesses, like how you'll help them to grow the businesses. As I'm into sales, I'll always ask salespeople to talk about their sales, the client's sales, that how you're gonna help your client, right, to grow their sales, to grow their revenue. Maybe how quarterly you'll be helping them to grow their revenue. What will be the yearly increase in the revenue? They'll love it. They'll love to talk about the business, right? Everyone loves to talk about the business.
Yes. So what I hear you saying, that be invested in your client's success more than your own success.
Definitely. So it will lead to your success, right? Once you convert your client, it's definitely your success. Even after converting, it's really important to get a lot of free orders from the same client. This is your real success, right? So to maintain that client, to work them with you for years and years, you have to work on the conversation part, understanding your clients' requirements, everything.
Absolutely. So you highlighted the role of patience in the entire scheme of selling. What role does discipline play in building the pipeline and prospecting, following up with the clients?
Okay, so discipline plays the same role because while you write email to anyone or while you are going for a call with anyone, you can't be pushing them a lot to buy anything compulsorily, right? It's not that you have to be very pushy, very salesy while selling your services to anyone. Just make them understand how it is beneficial to their businesses, and that's it. So you have to be very choosy while you are using any word, right? While you're writing your email, be very very professional, and it should be really you should be using really a good word that the client will feel really fine, like he should feel comfortable working with you, and gradually you'll be able to convert it.
Yeah, talking about professional email writing, do you have any tips up your sleeve as to how one can write a perfect outreach email?
Definitely, definitely. So, see, it clearly depends on client to client. It varies, right? But when you're reaching anyone out, whether via email or via call, just one thing is make sure that you are writing them email with their permission, right? There are many policies that does not allow to directly cold emailing them, right? So one thing is make sure that they are aware that you are sending them email. You should be maintaining a kind of flow where you giving the introduction of your company, few information of your services. So just don't write just kind of ad hoc informations. This will not help you to convert your client at all. So the sequence should be maintained. Like see, there are few formats to write emails, right? I don't want to go into much of the deeper side into it, but don't go for writing a paragraph or writing up any kind of normal blunder or something. Go with the proper format. You are introducing the yourself, you are introducing your services, you're offering your services, talking about clients, businesses a bit, and the advantages, and that's it. You finish up the email, that's it. And also keep in mind that you are not elongating the email draft a much. Even people don't like to read much when it comes to email or something. They People don't have time, right? They just need a quick reading.
So it shouldn't be like a story narration. It should be very crisp to the point email. Awesome. Awesome. So taking a segue into your journey into sales, Hiteshi. So how did you land up being a salesperson and that too a freelancer in sales? So talk to us a little bit about that.
So first of all, I am into the sales because, as I mentioned earlier, I love to talk to people no matter what. I mean, across the globe, I have a lot of client. I have a list of clientele located in different regions, but I love to talk to them. So basically, what got me into sales is my communication skill, right? Clearly, even I know that I didn't had any kind of IT experience when I firstly got into IT industry, and I got a job just because of my communication skills. Gradually, I got to know about IT services, I got to know about website development thing, mobile application thing, and I started took interest into it. So then I got to know that okay, this is something I'm loving it. I'm loving selling these services to people, and this is how I got into sales. And now I'm really motivated to coach people regarding how to reach out the prospects, no matter wherever they are located, right? And how to convert the client, how to talk to them, everything. So I want to just give away all my knowledge to those who are really looking to get their career into sales.
Oh, that's so wonderful because I bet there are many people out there who want to learn sales. And in fact, that's the premise of this podcast as well. Because when we interview guests like you, we are bringing to our listeners some or the other nugget of sales through which they can learn more about sales. So, like you taught us today how to do outreach, right? And that is something which people actually face a huge challenge with. And you shared that communication skill is so important for making a career in sales. And I'm sure when you are teaching other people, they will be able to get your energy, like touch of being great in communication. That's wonderful.
I can talk about sales maybe for hours and hours, days and days. That's fine. I mean, if they really ask me to go for sales, I would transfer all my knowledge to them. So yeah.
Yeah. So, by any chance, do you get to work with women sales people also, women sellers also?
Yeah. So when I say that I have a lot of client, right? I'm already working with. I have lot of women entrepreneurs. I'm working with a company located in Dubai. I'm working with a company located in India. So they are women running a IT company with a great success. Although they are looking for more leads, more sales, so they have chosen me to work with, and I'm really glad to help them with the sales and everything. So this is something inspires me more. When I see women entrepreneurs, it inspires me more, and I normally love to help them. So yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful. And so tell me, what's your message to women entrepreneurs listening to Ace the Sales? How can they fall in love with selling?
I would just say, like, whether it's women or anyone else, like, I would just say, be patient, be transparent, and keep faith. Like, if you're selling anything with faith, you are going to rock it. That is for sure. But if not, I mean, this is one of the really biggest challenge, confidence, right? You have to sell it with confidence, keep faith, and you are going to rock for sure. So this is the one thing I would say. I would love to say to everyone: just keep in mind whatever you are doing, whether it's selling or anything. If you are going to start your own company, your own business, whatever it is, have faith and you'll rock.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that message and giving courage to all the listeners. And it was lovely to have this conversation with you, Hiteshi. And thank you so much for being on our show.
Same here, Roshni. I can't tell you, I was really excited to finally get onto this podcast because you must not be knowing. Initially, I started my own podcast. Then I didn't got time to record podcast every now and then or every week or something. But then when I came on this podcast, I felt that this is something I have to deliver to everyone. Right? That go for sales, go for entrepreneurship, go for something that can grow yourself. Right? Especially to women.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I love the energy that you are bringing to this conversation because, yes, you are so young and you are doing such amazing work. I wish you all the best. And yes, you never know. We can always have you back on the podcast sometime in the future. And it would be lovely to have a conversation again. Yes, wishing you all the best and thank you. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you found any value in today's episode, then remember to recommend Ace the Sales podcast to at least one of your business buddies. You never know what insight they will get that can help them in their business. So do some good karma today. Finally, a loud shout out and thank you to the production team of Done For You podcast who helped me in bringing this show to you. If you too are looking to start your podcast for the business, get in touch with DFIP from the link given in show notes. Join me in the next episode for yet another conversation that can help you fall in love with selling. Till then, take very good care of yourself. This is your host, Roshni Baronia, signing off.